First, we should probably introduce ourselves and the podcast and whatever.
No.
Oh boy. Okay, it's been a rocky road to beginning this podcast, but here we are. We're the Thinking Man's Weebs. I'm Chiyo. I use she, her pronouns.
And I am Mulch. I use they, them pronouns.
And we're going to be doing Winter 2020 seasonal predictions.
Which'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to this season.
Yeah, the ones I've seen don't look terrible.
So I thought we'd begin with Somali to Mori no Kamisama, which Mal is currently and inexplicably categorizing as a fall 2019 anime, because the first episode aired before the fall 2019 season was technically over. Mm-hmm. But even though it's definitely a winter 2020
yeah,
anime.
the rest of it's going to be airing in winter, so we're counting it.
Yeah. So I've seen the first episode, and I can tell you guys, it's good. It's solid. It's about a golem or a forest spirit who is the guardian of a forest, and
yeah,
as yes, and he finds this human child, and sort of becomes her dad, and he goes on a journey with her to find other humans who are thought to be extinct in this world. It has really beautiful backgrounds.
Yeah.
Pretty solid production all around. The very beginning actually kind of reminded me of a Ghibli film. I mean, obviously, it's not at the production level of a Ghibli film, and I don't think that's reasonable to ask from a TV anime.
Yeah,
but totally kind of, yeah. Oh, Denno Coil probably comes closest.
Denno Coil does come closest to Ghibli
probably
level
because
production.
The director was a Ghibli guy.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
And it definitely shows. And the music is... I mean, for most of the episode, the music and sound editing is sort of normal anime stuff, but at the very beginning, it has a very distinctive sound that sounds kind of Ghibli-esque.
Nice.
This is actually an anime that a lot of people are probably going to love, because it fits into like several trends that are currently in.
I do love monsters raising humans. That is my jam.
Which is a subgenre of like a recent style of anime that I think has been going on since around the beginning of the decade. Or the beginning of last decade, I should say, since we're now in 2020. What? With Bunny Drop, where it's about a dude raising a child.
I'm gonna be real. I read all of Bunny Drop. And
I'm really so sorry for you.
I enjoyed it the whole time until nobody warned me about the ending. Nobody told me this would happen.
Unfortunately, the weird grooming angle is also common in a lot of these types of...
oh my god.
But this doesn't look like it's going in that direction.
Thank the Lord.
But anyway, I think it began with Bunny Drop, but only really kicked into fruition with Ama Ama to Imazuma, or Sweetness and Lightning.
Oh, Sweetness and Lightning is
which
good.
I think kind of like set the tone and style for a lot of these.
Yeah, see, Sweetness and Lightning, I think I will like some of... I mean, obviously this has monsters, so I will like aspects of this more than Sweetness and Lightning, but I feel like I'm definitely not going to like the child character as much as in Sweetness and Lightning.
Oh, no. I was actually going to save this for later, but I actually kind of like, even though I thought it was good, I kind of struggled to make it through the full episode, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch this to completion, simply because the child character in this has a problem that I have with a lot of child characters in anime.
They're not real characters.
Or they don't feel like actual children. Like, actual little kids are weird, complicated creatures.
And
where they feel the same, like, level of emotional complexity that adults do, but they don't know how to like express ambivalence or deal with their emotions. So they're like kind of exploding all over the place, where they feel like joy and unhappiness simultaneously.
Yeah, and
this child is just like all the happiness and all the sugar or spontaneousness, and it reads as really inauthentic. Like there's a scene where she is asked to eat a food that she does not want to eat that looks really unappealing to her. Or them, or I actually don't know the gender of this child.
Yeah.
I've just been assuming that it's a her because most of these shows the child is a her.
Yeah.
I don't think the child is actually addressed with pronouns.
Which I find very sexy, but not sexy, but like I as a
Mulch uses sexy as a substitute for the word good a lot.
Yes, it is an impulse. I should not use it when I'm referring to child characters.
But it is cool that this character is gender ambiguous. But anyway, this child is asked to eat a food that they don't want to eat. And like no child I have ever met, when the parental figure says, eat that food, the kid then eats the food without any type of pushback and immediately likes it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no child would ever do that.
Yeah, and that's my main issue with this kind of show. Like, I love shows about raising children.
I like the idea behind these shows a lot.
But very, very few of them have the children be actual characters. Like, they are they're holding up, they're a placeholder for something to protect instead of...
Yeah. It's about the feeling of wanting to be a parent, but not like, or wanting to be a guardian, but not really accepting the complexities that come with raising an actual human being.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. But but overall, this show looks pretty good. Like, I love the designs. I love
and this is a show that I think a lot of people will really love. Because not only does it fit into the whole raising a child thing, or the whole specifically a monster. Well, it feels rude to call him a monster, but like a non-human person parenting a human child, which has been like Girl from the Other Side is a good recent example.
I love Girl from the Other Side. I mean, I feel like it has similar problems with child character, but
it feels like it's more understated tonally.
Yes, yeah.
And it's also got a very cozy, almost yashike feel, where it's a lot about exploring this beautiful, wonderful world, and it's very calm. Yeah. And kind of cozy.
God. But listen, this show has mushrooms full of eyes.
And you're going to find this golem guy so sexy, Mulch.
Like actual sexy.
Like actual sexy.
The same goes for the mushroom full of eyes. Let's be real. What don't we want other than that?
So should we go on to the actual predictions?
Sure. I thought that was our predictions. I'm going to be real.
Well, I've seen the first episode, so it's more like a first impression.
Yeah. See, I'm judging this. I haven't seen the first episode, so I'm judging this about like the same way I'll be judging everything else, based on the little video thing,
the little PV, the summary,
and the summary.
Yeah. Right. So we're going to be starting from. We're working off of the My Anime List seasonal chart. And so since My Anime List is sorted by most relevant, most people are interested or watching this thing, to least relevant, we figured we'd start from the bottom with the least relevant shows. Mm-hmm. Because why not? Why wouldn't we do that?
That's not the reason you gave me earlier, but moving on.
Well,
don't worry about it.
Okay, we should probably tell you this. We're jaded assholes. We've been watching like anime. We've been reading manga and watching anime for over 10 years at this point, so we don't like anything anymore. We're so
that's
jaded.
True.
So
except for monsters, because they're very sexy.
We are monster fuckers, both of us.
Yes.
Mulch more so, but
I feel I go weirder than you.
You go. You don't go for like cute girls, mostly humanoid monsters. You go for like most monsters that would terrify other people.
See, that's mostly true, but what's that dragon show again?
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
Yeah, that's the exception.
That one's so good.
Yeah.
Oh god,
see, we say we don't like anything, and then we always like end up talking about shows we like.
Yeah, because we're not like, we don't enjoy hating stuff. We like liking stuff.
I do like liking stuff better than hating stuff, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because I've reached the point where I realize that there is no bottom of the barrel. Anime can be infinitely terrible.
Yes.
There is no limit to how terrible anime can be.
Anime was a mistake.
There's nothing admirable or interesting about things being bad most of the time. It's just sort of, oh, that thing's bad. Whereas good stuff, even if it's flawed, is exciting and fun.
God.
Okay, so at the very bottom of the list of
wait, is this the end of let's clean up. Let's not fuck. Let's finish out.
Okay. You should watch Somali to Mori.
Is that the prediction?
Yes, you should watch this. You'll probably like this.
Yes. Give it a try.
It's something that has mass appeal and is well executed.
That's the prediction.
Okay, at the very bottom of the list is Rebirth, and I'm going to be real here. This one almost certainly will not be available English subtitled because it's unknown episodes long on my anime list and unknown duration. I suspect it's going to be shorts.
All right, that makes sense. The artwork looks like it's going to be shorts.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of like chibi girls that are honestly really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's little point in making predictions here because we're not going to be able to watch this.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, though, there are actually pretty few shorts in this season. Because the next anime down towards the bottom is Precure, which I might have Healin good Precure.
Wait, isn't Precure returning?
Oh, Precure reboots every 50 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It's one where, well, I shouldn't say rebirth. I mean reboot because technically they all exist in the same continuity. But there's a new story every 50 episodes with new characters.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And while I've never completed a Precure, I've watched a lot of first episodes, and I really like Precure first episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to try blogging this as like doing a text blog posts as the episodes come out. Because I've noticed a thing with Precure where I always really enjoy them, but they're long and I have no desire to marathon them because they're episodic storylines. They're just like single episodes, and I don't feel any like need to
continue.
Or not continue. It's more like I don't like marathoning them.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy watching them. So I think watching it as it airs is probably going to be the solution.
Yeah, and I've watched a few Precure episodes, and
you watched some of Heartcatch.
Yeah,
and I think it's time for me to admit to myself that I don't actually like Heartcatch that much.
Yeah.
Controversial opinion because it's one of the really popular ones.
Yeah, and the thing is, so I have a lot of trouble with a lot of magical girl shows. I do have trouble watching them. Like they're just not what interests me a whole lot. But I did like Precure more than I do most ones.
They're probably like the most critically acclaimed of any of the bona fide, actually for tiny children, magical girl shows.
Yeah.
I think your big problem with Precures, as with most magical girl shows, is that they generally star like high school freshmen
who act like 5-year-olds.
Yeah, because they're in shows for 5-year-olds. They're aspirational characters.
That's true, but and I don't mind shows that do that when they're like God, I normally don't like Clamp, but I did like the anime for Sakura, Cardcaptor Sakura, just because I mean, it still does that, but it's a fourth grader. And like
she behaves appropriately for her age.
Yeah. Like, and it does bug me when older female characters are, what's it called?
Infantilized?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't bug me when it's like shows like this because I know what the target audience is.
Yeah, but it doesn't, you don't have to do that. Like, fudge. You can have a show for kids that has more complex characterization. You can have magical girl shows. What's the toy commercial show?
Show by Rock. We shouldn't go that much into Show by Rock because there's a new Show by Rock this season.
Oh my gosh.
And we should talk about it in that section.
Yeah. But Show by Rock is what magical girl shows should be. That is what I believe magical girl shows should be. It is targeted at children, and it does not infantilize the characters.
But I would also like to note that there are Precures with more complex characters.
Okay, yeah, that's
like I finally figured out what my problem with Hard Catch Precure is, which is everything's explained. The characters are very simple, and all of their actions are kind of explained, and so there's no wiggle room for interpretation or like complexity.
Yeah,
it's just very straightforward. I think actually, I'm really enjoying last year's Star Twinkle Precure because the second Precure introduced. Granted, I've only watched like 3 episodes so far, but she's really interesting and kind of like difficult, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I shouldn't go too much in depth with that.
Yeah,
but, so there are Precures with slightly more complex characters.
Because we've been talking about Precure in general, and this is supposed to be a prediction. What's this one? Like, what's the?
I don't actually know because my anime list doesn't give a shit about Precure.
Okay, well,
but it does have a PV.
Okay, but based on this one, looking at this one specifically,
the production looks great.
The production looks good.
I really like the costumes. It looks like it's going for a flower theme. I wonder if there's going to be like a nurse theme or something because it's got Healin in the title. But it doesn't really show in the costumes or aesthetic or anything. Anyway, I'll probably like it. To be honest, I tend to like shows for tiny girls because they're very much directed at who I was at age like 6. I was a very girly child, and these shows are the kind of shows that I would have loved and that American television wasn't really making for kids my age.
Yeah.
At that time. So I tend to be charmed by all of them.
Yeah.
Even when I know that they're not good, like with Lady Jewel Pet. But Precures tend to be pretty good narratively.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to enjoy Healing Good Precure.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll probably enjoy it if you enjoy Precure.
Yeah. That wraps up that. Let's look at the next one. So what's the name of that one?
It's in English, Mulch. It's ARP Backstage Pass.
I can't read English names either. Let me be clear. So I will say them wrong.
I strongly suspect that this is one that will also not be subtitled in English.
But my impression is it looks like a Dance Dance Revolution video game, and that's it.
My impression is slightly different. Like, I think this might be tied. Well, I am 100% certain that this is tied into an existing franchise. And I strongly suspect that this is like an actual idol group and designed to like tie into their
wild.
And we should say what it is. It's a pretty boy idol show that's like very heavy on CGI dance scenes, and but it also has some 2D animation. It doesn't look very interesting to me. Oh, look, it's based on a dance group.
Oh,
AR dance group.
You were right.
Well, we were both kind of right. I thought it was an idol group. You thought it was Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes, and it basically is Dance Dance Revolution.
It's a little.
That's
bit
my
of
prediction.
both.
That's my prediction.
But it doesn't matter what we say about this because it's probably not going to be watchable.
Yeah. I will say the one thing I appreciated about it was that pink crop top. The like pink sparkly crop top on one of them. I
didn't even notice.
I did. It was like 1 second, but that's the one thing that jumped out to me.
Okay, so our conclusions on that one is probably unwatchable.
Yeah, I mean maybe while drunk.
Well, I mean literally unwatchable, as in we are not going to be able to access this at all.
I mean, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, it might be fun to watch while not understanding what's going on.
I'm not going to go to that much effort for ARP Backstage Pass.
Okay. Next one. Okay, what's this one's name?
This is Oda Cinnamon Nobunaga. And that's right. It's this season's obligatory Oda Nobunaga show.
What's Fuck.
Oda Nobunaga is a Sengoku era warlord. Is he a warlord? I don't actually know anything about Oda Nobunaga, only except there are about 1,000 shows about him every anime season.
Listen, the point is, it looks excellent.
Okay, so basically all of the major Warring States era warlords are reincarnated as very good boys. They're reincarnated as dogs.
Yes.
And Oda Nobunaga, Japan's national hero, is reincarnated as the most Japanese of all dogs, which is Shibu Inu.
And which are asshole of dogs, but
my neighbor had a Shibu Inu. He used to chase me around their house as a child, and like I would get like genuinely freaked out and stand on the furniture because he would like try and bite me.
Yeah, they're one of those dogs that only really bond to one person. I used to dog sit a few of them, and they are not. They're very cute.
They're extremely cute.
They're adorable. They're bad dogs.
They're all goofy, but
they're bad dogs.
They're a bit mean.
Yes, but this looks adorable.
Yes, I mean, I'm very reluctant to watch Sengoku type shows because I know nothing about that time period, and it's really complicated and hard to learn about.
Who wants to learn history?
I actually like history. It's just Sengoku era history is a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because everybody has like 26 titles.
Yeah.
And like it's got a super complicated political situation. And so I feel like there's a layer to Sengoku shows that I don't understand. But I also really like shows about dogs.
Yeah.
Like I'm really into cute dogs, and like
especially like dog politics. Like mixed with old warlord politics, like there's nothing that's gonna be bad about that.
Let me double check the link. Okay, so it's unknown duration. If it's a full length show, if it's like 23 minutes an episode, I'm not watching this. If each episode is under 10 minutes, I might give it a go.
I want to watch it. But read the description.
Okay, in the one-of-a-kind samurai general reincarnated as a canine comedy, technically untrue, there are other shows with similar premises, but let's continue. Nobunaga perishes at Honnoji, as in history, and reincarnates in modern Japan as a dog named Cinnamon. Other Warring States era warlords, such as Takeda Shingen, eventually join him, also as dogs.
Absolutely excellent.
Okay, so Mulch has high hopes. I have low to moderate hopes. I have hope, but they're small.
Listen, at the very least, you'll get to watch cute dogs, like cute dogs in front, and like like old men in the background making the same expressions as the cute dogs. I think
that does sound kind of amusing.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
So I'm more interested in this than I generally am Sengoku type shows.
Yes. Is that it? We're good.
That's it.
Next one. The next one is Show by Rock. Show by Rock is my fucking jam.
I really enjoyed Show by Rock. I haven't technically finished the first season yet.
Because you're a coward.
Because I'm like, I don't know, not organized. But Show by Rock was this really charming
toy commercial.
Yeah, a toy commercial for Sanrio. But basically, it's about this girl who transports into the world of a phone game, I think, and where she transforms into a cat girl, gothic Lolita rock star magical girl, and joins a band.
Yes, as we all secretly dream of.
And it was very lovable. It had a lot of very fun characters and a lot of weird quirks.
Okay, and let me be very clear here. I don't normally like magical girl shows. I don't normally like isekai. I don't normally... Listen, I love Show by Rock, and it has a lot of genres that I don't normally like that it did really, really well.
Yeah.
And it is the kind of show that even I would have really liked as a kid, because it has... it just does it well.
For being a toy commercial, it has a lot of heart and soul.
Yeah, and it's something I hope kids are watching, because it's really cute, and it's I don't know, I like it.
It's very underrated.
Yeah.
Have you seen there was a season 2 of Show by Rock. Have you seen it?
No, I thought this was the season 2. Is this?
Oh no, they're like, let me look it up, but I think there's like a season 2 of the original cast, and
I guess I have to watch all of this now.
Yeah, there's like, holy shit, there's a lot more than I thought there were.
Oh man, no, like I've only seen the first season.
There's Show by Rock shorts, there's a sequel, it looks like there's a spinoff with the boy band.
So this is this season of it is restarting with a new cast.
Yeah. And I must say, I was a lot more enthusiastic for it before I saw the PDs, because, like, I mean, the character designs are so much worse.
I mean, yeah, but the thing with... I wasn't super excited about the character designs in the first one. I'm going to be real. Like, they're cute, but it's just not what I'm normally into.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, those characters were well designed.
Yes.
These are not. Like, there's not one, but 2 girls with, like, giant fucking awful, hideous ringlets. And, like, the main girl has this weird side ponytail coming out of her already complicated hair design.
Listen, I want to trust it.
And also the CG is way worse.
Yeah, that's fair. But it is a later season, so they probably have... not as much money.
I remember, like, one of the distinctions about Show by Rock is that it had, like, some of the best CG animation I've ever seen in any anime, because it wasn't trying to look like 2D animation. It was trying to look 3D.
Yeah.
Most CG in anime is trying to blend in with 2D animation and failing. But this one was, like, very American styled, where they were designed to look like 3D toys.
Yeah.
I guess I should be clear. Show by Rock is a series that is mostly 2D animated, but then has inserts during their transformation sequences, where they defeat monsters by playing their instruments.
Yeah.
That are done in CG animation.
Yeah.
And it's very good looking. This one... The CG animation looks like it's trying to look like 2D, and it's ugly.
Yeah.
But it does look like it's going to be hella gay, continuing the Show by Rock tradition.
Which is something I always appreciate.
And yeah, I hope it's as good as the original.
Yeah. And apparently I have to catch up on the season. Like,
holy shit, there's more show by... I knew that there was a second season, but there are like 3 different spin-offs as well.
Yeah. And to be clear, like, how much I like this show, I bought it. I think I bought it. Yeah. For my little cousin, because I wanted her to be watching that when, you know.
Yeah, since it's got a dub, I might try giving it to my nephews.
Yeah. I love kid shows that I would have wanted to watch as a kid.
Yeah. So anyway, we're pretty positive. I guess in conclusion, my enthusiasm was slightly dampened by the ugliness of the designs. God, the designs are so ugly. Uh-huh. But Mulch is still super enthusiastic.
I trust Show by Rock. I need good things in my life. I want to trust Show by Rock, if nothing else. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. Next one. Okay, you say this one's name because I can't.
It's hecka long. Okay, the next one up is Uchi Tama? ? Uchi no Tama Shirimasen ka?
With the question mark at the end.
Yeah. So I should note that ka is a question mark in Japanese, so technically that question mark is redundant, but whatever.
Okay, yeah.
This is technically a spin-off of a show, but it looks like it's diverging enough from the original that we can go in raw, even though we haven't seen the original. Where the original starred a cat, and it was about all of his cat and dog friends. This one is about their human sonas, and we watched the PDs for it, and it's like, it's higher production than I would have thought it would be. It looks pretty nice. And I like that it's switching between their animal forms and their human sonas.
The animal forms are definitely cuter.
Yeah, their animal forms look better.
Yeah.
I do find comic potential in watching humans do animal things.
Yeah. I like the simplistic designs. I am, as far as like animal shows go, I am more excited about the like samurai one.
See, I'm a little more excited for this one.
See, yeah, and
it's just like it's more to do with like I can't handle Sengoku. I can't handle the Sengoku era.
Yeah. I'm a little less excited for this one because I feel like sex appeal ruins a lot of cute shows.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, I mean, that's
I mean, the characters are designed to be, like, fuckable.
Yeah. Which, you know.
Anime fuckable, which means they're still super cutesy, but... Like,
yeah.
I think for me, I don't think I can watch this to completion if it's full-length episodes.
Yeah.
If it's like half-length episodes, then I could see myself really enjoying this.
Yeah, I suspect, since it's mostly about seeing human characters do animal things, that it won't have much staying power, like plot-wise. I feel like...
yeah, I doubt this will have a plot, quote unquote.
Might have a plot in the other sense, but...
Yeah. I mean, and it's listed as duration unknown. So we don't know how long the episodes are.
I realized that plot might be a fan fiction thing, so what I mean is butts. So just to be clear.
Okay. Oh boy. So I think we both have like low bordering on moderate expectations for this.
Yeah, like, I would put it at moderate.
We have hopes, but they're not high.
Yeah. Okay,
right,
done with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, next up. What's this one's name?
A3, Season Spring and Summer.
And it looks bad.
Yep, it's the obligatory Otome game adaptation. Or at least I'm assuming it's an Otome game adaptation because it's one girl surrounded by a bunch of pretty boys. And it's really low production.
Yeah, and the premise is girl...
Let me read you the fucking synopsis, okay? Director, please help us bloom. In Tokyo, there is a place called Valud Way. It is a district notorious for its performers and theatrical groups. Izumi Tachibana, who was previously a stage actress, arrives with a letter that reads, "Full of debt, 0 customers, only 1 actor." It describes the current state of the once popular theater group, Monkai Company. Her task is to rebuild the company to its former glory as the new owner and chief director.
Yeah. And it looks bad. It looks like...
Let me put it this way. The character designs are super ugly. Like, there's one guy whose hair makes me want to die. His hair is, like, black on top and blonde in the bottom, and it's so ugly. It's so ugly.
See, the one way I would enjoy this premise is if it was something that looked very high energy and was just basically one person telling everyone else to get their shit together. This does not look good. This does not look like that.
It looks really bad. I mean, I guess it could theoretically be like charming and funny, but I don't think so. It doesn't look like something that's trying to be good.
No, and it looks like a dating game.
It looks like it also looks like it's designed to sell singles. Because I noticed that it played a lot of music during the PVs that sounded like it was sung by the whole cast.
Yeah. And all of the characters look weirdly mild. I guess there's not any different, the designs are different, but there doesn't seem to be any personality differences. And
one of them looked a little energetic, and one of them was slightly shyer and more effeminate,
but not enough. Like,
their personalities seemed really bland.
Yeah, and even the point of view characters looks really mild.
Actually, that's normal for a Tomoe game.
It's normal for Tomoe games, but it's not normal for anime with this
let me put it this way: you're probably thinking of shoujo harems, which tend to have fun characters in the lead. Otome games tend to have nothing characters. They tend to have the most boring...
Yeah, I'm aware of that, and that's why I don't enjoy those type of games.
Well, yeah. And also, anime adapted from them, it's not just that they're bad, it's that they're not even trying to be good or enjoyable. They feel like they're catering to people who have played and enjoyed the games.
Yeah.
And...
so...
It's unambitious.
Low expectations for this.
Also, I haven't really been bringing up studios because I don't think studios matter that much. Or I guess they can sometimes impact the quality of an anime, but anime is such a collaborative thing.
Yeah.
That I think very few studios have an impact on the overall quality anime, and very few directors are auteurs. A lot of people in the anime industry just kind of take whatever work they get.
Yeah.
But this case, the studio is PA Works in collaboration with Studio 3HZ. And I want to note this because this is easily the ugliest PA Works show I have ever seen.
Yeah.
PA Works is generally pretty well known for having nice production. This does not have nice production. It looks like shit.
Yeah. One of the things noted for the very first thing is that in the PMV is
one of the characters. They basically did one of those previews where each character introduces himself so you can see their designs and you can hear their voice actors. It looked super bad for this one because they animated his mouth, but they didn't animate the rest of his face. So it was the bottom half of his face was moving independently of the upper half.
Yeah.
It was very unappealing.
Yep. Okay, that's this one.
Low expectations.
Okay, next one is...
the second season of Yatogame-chan Kansatsu Nikki. Now, I've watched 3 episodes or so of the first season. It's 3 minutes. 3-minute episodes long. And I wanted to bring it up, even though I'm definitely not watching the second season, because this show holds the distinction of being one of those shows that's so rooted in Japanese culture that it's literally incomprehensible to me. Basically, it falls into that subcategory of show where it's, hey, Tokyoites, you should move to another place in Japan that's not Tokyo. Because Tokyo is super crowded.
Yeah.
And it's basically trying to get you to move to the Nagoya prefecture. Now, the thing about this show is that it assumes that you know the stereotypes about Nagoya. Whereas you can watch anime for like 10 years and be obsessed with it and know nothing about Nagoya.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know any of these things that you seem to be referencing and assuming that I know about.
Yeah.
The big one is that it stars this cute girl whose hair is sort of shaped like cat ears. And the joke is that she has a heavy Nagoyan accent. And to people not from Nagoya, according to my dad, the Nagoya accent sounds like a cat's meow. Because the Japanese version of meow is nyan. So it sounds like their accent sounds like nyan.
God. I think the character designs are cute, though.
Oh, yeah, the character designs are super cute.
Yeah.
And it is kind of interesting, which is why I watched 3 episodes. But
just not comprehensible.
Yeah, I'm not really getting anything out of it.
I like the design for the one that looks like a bug, though.
Which
the red-haired girl?
Oh yeah, she's the cutest. I don't think I met her yet. And I won't because I'm not watching more.
Fair, valid.
Yep. So our expectations are we're not watching this.
Yeah. Okay. Next one
is Oshi ga Budoukan Ittekuretara Shinu. Believe it or not, of the two of us, I'm the one who's better at pronouncing Japanese words.
I don't think that's believe it or not. Like,
oh God.
I don't know what you're... Why is this surprising to you? But anyway, this is gay, so, and I'm gay.
This looks... this looks amazing. It's about a lesbian who is willing to, like, fucking throw down for the sake of her waifu. Fight for your waifu, motherfuckers!
So it's about someone who is very into a particular, like, pop idol.
She's obsessed with, like, the least popular member of a very minor idol group. And she, from the looks of the trailers, it looks like she's going to try and train her to get to Budoukan. Now, I'm not an idol person, so I don't know what the Budoukan is.
Yeah.
I think it might be, like, some type of festival.
Maybe I'll ask my mom.
Yeah. I generally don't like idol anime, but the main character in this looks really fun.
I am definitely watching this.
She looks incredibly gay.
She's very passionate for a good cause.
She is willing to punch out motherfuckers on the street for the sake of her waifu.
Yep.
And I appreciate that in a woman.
I do too. Like that's really the kind of passion I'm looking for in a relationship.
The production in this anime looks subpar, but I do like they have very interesting eyes.
Yeah.
Like the irises of their eyes are colored in such a way that incorporates multiple different colors, but it isn't full on gradient or like yeah, I think their eyes look cool.
Nice. And it's also not the worst production value. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
it looks better than that Otome game adaptation we looked at earlier.
Yeah.
So I'd say we both have like high hopes for this one.
And that is, I don't know how much of that's because we're gay, but I think it's probably fine for people who are not gay too.
Yeah. But, I mean, a good character is a good character.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's going to be a really good character.
Yeah.
I will say that my one concern is that the reason why I'm not into idol shows isn't that I hate idol music or anything. I actually like a catchy pop song. It's that idol characters tend not to act like people.
Yeah,
they tend to be like super sanitized and weirdly like they feel inhuman.
That's
and
true.
Weird.
Okay.
But hopefully this won't be a problem with this one.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. My hopes are high. Next one. Okay, next one. This one is
number 24, or number 24, as they call it in the trailers. This is a pretty boy rugby anime.
Yeah, it's a shitty sports anime.
I'm not sure what it is. I think there must be a big rugby tournament or something coming up. Or like Japan's rugby team must be on fire. Because we get like, 100 years of anime. No rugby anime. No, none of them are about rugby. And then suddenly we get like 3 different rugby shows in like 4 years.
Maybe people just finally realized that people beating the shit out of each other makes a good anime. Or bad anime.
They discovered that long ago. But man, 3 different rugby anime.
Yeah.
So far, the 2 that have aired are no good whatsoever.
Yeah.
One of them's even based off of a pretty good manga, and it's just
bad.
It's just bad. This isn't even the first pretty boy rugby anime. Tri-Nights was also a pretty boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we watched the PVs. The production looks terrible.
I liked the pink-haired guy's expressions and like gestures.
His hair isn't pink; it's orange. But yeah, the best thing about all of the promo art and trailers is that he's always making some kind of funny expression.
It's burnt sienna. No.
So if he has a really great personality, that might make this worth watching.
But it's probably not.
It's probably going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, so far, of all of the things we've looked at, this looks the worst.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's my opinions on that.
Yeah, looks awful.
Okay.
We have very low expectations.
Done with that. Next one. Okay, next one
is Muranase Seton Gakuen, which is adapted from a manga. And the synopsis is in a world where the human population has declined and there are a ton of animal people, there are fewer humans than any other creature, and this dude, Mazama-jin, goes to a guy who hates animal, goes to the school and immediately falls in love with the only other human.
Yeah.
However, he ends up joining the pack of Lonka the wolf, who's the only member of her pack, so it's really more of a pack in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched the PV for this, and man, the animal people look awful.
Like the animals are good.
Yeah, but the animal people look really poorly designed.
Yeah. Like the animal people who look like animals look good. The animal people who look like
people. There are a lot of really funny looking animals.
Like the little shrimp guy was adorable.
Yeah, he was super cute. I like the donkeys with glasses.
Yeah. Generally, as far as plot goes, I'm inclined to distrust anything based around fantasy racism.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have high expectations for this. If all of the main characters were the animal people, but from the poster art, it's all the cute girls that just happen to have animal ears that are the main characters.
which we could have assumed would. But I'd watch the first episode. I'll say that.
I mean, I'm watching the first episode of everything except the stuff that's not available or sequels to stuff I haven't watched.
Yeah.
I'd say our expectations are low.
Yeah. Okay, next one. What's this one called?
It's 22/7, which is a TV anime series for the idol group 22/7. So we watched the PV for this, and as I mentioned earlier, I generally don't like idol anime.
Yeah.
I tried watching the first Love Live, And I tried watching Cinderella Girls and a couple other ones, I think. And my problem with idol anime is generally that the characters are so cute and sanitized that they no longer resemble human beings. Like, they feel like they don't think ugly thoughts ever. And to me, that's, like, almost chilling.
That's boring.
Yeah. But this one, from the look of the trailers, it feels like they're going for a more Hibike Euphonium-esque kind of realistic tone with more understated, less overtly cutesy characters.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends on the strength of the execution, I guess.
Yeah. I liked the design of the main character. I thought she was a soft boy at first, so I like what's it called again? What's the word?
Androgynous.
And I like androgyny, which is,
yeah, a lot of the character designs look pretty nice.
Yeah. Some of them.
Yeah. I mean, some of the characters look boring, but I like the main character's design. I like the girl with silver hair. I thought her design looked really nice. And it looks like their hair moves with their movements.
Yeah, which is nice. I could go either way with this one. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give the first episode a shot.
Yeah.
I guess it really depends on how good the story is, how good the writing is. The thing is, we don't know anything about the story.
Yeah.
The PV did not give a whole lot away, and neither did the synopsis on my anime list.
Yeah.
I will say that one of my big problems with Hibike Euphonium is it felt like with the main character and how she was written, like they wanted her to be a realistic, authentic feeling characters, but they didn't stick to it for the entire cast. So while she felt like an actual high school girl, most of the other characters just felt like super cutesy anime girls. So there was this enormous clash where all of the characters felt like they came from different shows.
Yeah.
And every now and then she would do like something only an anime girl would do, and it shattered it.
Yeah.
Hibike Euphonium is one where I get impressed the less impressed with it, the more I see of it.
Yeah.
So I hope that if they're trying to go for realism here, they actually stick to it consistently for the entire cast.
Yeah. And
that they all feel like actual human beings, and that they don't mix up realistic and boring.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shows do that.
Yep.
So I guess to be honest, I don't really have expectations either positive or negative because I feel like I don't have enough information.
Yeah. That's same.
So I guess I'm just like, we're just blank on this one.
Yeah.
We'll watch it. We'll do a first impressions on it, and
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, done with that one. Okay, next one. What's this one called?
This one's called Natsunagu. And something I probably should have noted with number 24, but I didn't, is that there are very few original anime coming out this season. Almost everything is either adapted from a manga, a game, or some other pre-existing franchise, or it's a sequel or a spin-off from an existing anime show. Natsunagu, along with number 24, is one of the few original anime coming out.
Yeah.
Granted, this is like 5-minute shorts. It has really beautiful poster art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Just from the poster art. The synopsis is Natsunagu, a university student in Tokyo, visits Kumamoto in search of friends who she could not contact following the Kumamoto earthquakes. There she meets local people who are full of compassion and uniqueness, including the energetic junior high school student Izumi. A heartfelt coming-of-age story begins.
Yeah. It looks pretty.
It's financed by a local government. Well, the poster looks pretty. It doesn't have a PV, so we don't know what the actual anime looks like. I'm gonna be real here. This looks like it's for normies. Like, this looks like
you can't use the word normies. They're gonna shut off the pot. They're gonna pause and leave.
I'll do what I want, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'd say I trust you, but I don't. Go on.
This looks like it's gonna be airing briefly on, like, I don't know, the NHK or whatever, and it's gonna be watched by people who generally don't watch anime. And catering to that type of audience. To be honest, the premise sounded kind of treacly and like...
I don't know what treacly means.
Syrupy?
Like, there's another word for that starts with S. Saccharine?
I'm not sure of saccharine. That feels like it's going a bit far, but it sounds like very sentimental in a slightly artificial way.
I see.
I don't know. I want it to be good because I like the poster art and because I want original anime to be good.
Yeah.
Because, well, I do like shows adapted from manga. I feel like having everything be adapted from existing franchises doesn't bode well for anime's future.
Yeah, that's fair.
It shows a certain lack of courage. Mm-hmm. So I hope this is good, but I'm not sure that it will be.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I would like that to be good, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's not much of a commitment.
Yeah, it's 5-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's high enough up that I'm pretty sure it'll be subbed.
Yeah. Okay, done with that. Next one.
Oh, man.
Okay, next one. What's this one called?
Second, let me sneeze. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, we're waiting for Chiyo to sneeze. 1 second.
Okay, I'm good now.
Okay.
Then next up is Hatena Illusion, which is about a kid who goes to work for his childhood friend, who it turns out is a magician and phantom thief. At least that's what I'm getting from, like, the TVs. This
is worked out. Like, the synopsis doesn't make any sense. So we're trying to read
ungrammatical and incoherent.
Yeah. The PMV looked better than I expected it to, but I did not have high expectations.
Yeah, the first PV we watched was basically just still images while spy music plays in the background. So from the looks of the PV, like, she thought he was a girl.
And is very disappointed, which honestly I would be too.
And she figures out he's not a girl by groping his chest. Like, that's her first impulse upon meeting him after, like, 5 years.
Honestly, same. Honestly, I mean, not same because I don't greet long lost friends that way, but, you know, I wish I had that kind of confidence. I wish people would greet me that way, honestly.
Oh, no.
Chiyo, why don't you greet me that way? Are we really friends?
I'll grope your chest next time I see you. I promise.
Thanks. You're a real pal.
All right, so my expectations for this are low.
Yeah, I think it could be funny.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks kind of bland.
Yeah, the character designs are not great.
I mean, the production in general is not.
The production in general is not great.
I do like Phantom Thieves, though. So
yeah, I liked the music that it was the PMVs were set to. Like, I like spy music.
She seems really lesbian.
She does seem really lesbian. I mean, it's unfortunate that she's gonna be trapped in compulsory. What's it called? Compulsory heteronormity. Heteronormativity.
I mean, this is especially a problem with anime, which frequently tends to treat lesbianism as a stage girls go through in high school.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be that, but, like, I don't know.
I think it could be funny. I'll give that first episode a try.
Yeah. I mean, you keep on saying that, but I'm going to be watching all of these.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, okay, I'm talking about, like, if we weren't doing a project, I would When I say that, I mean, like, I would be interested in watching the first episode if we weren't doing a project.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Low expectations, but eh.
Yeah, I have mediocre I have a bit higher expectations, but we'll see. Okay, next one. What's this one called?
The Case Files of Jeweler Richard.
Okay. This looks like a romance that's going to tell us no homo.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Fujo bait show, where it's about two pretty boys who care about each other very much, but they don't actually hook up, and there's no canonical romance.
Yeah.
It's based on a novel. It follows Richard Ranashinha Dvorpian,
which is a very
that's a 100% real name.
That's how we know he's white. It's the Dvorpian.
Yep. A handsome British jewelry appraiser, and Seiji Nakata, a bright and upright Japanese college student. The duo solves various jewel-related cases by unraveling the hidden psychological aspects of the owners that lies within the gems. Sure. Yeah, it sounds like the mysteries are gonna suck.
Yep.
Which is a shame, because I do like mysteries.
I like mysteries, too.
But this looks... hidden psychological aspects of their owners is just... It's not promising.
That's not a good line, actually. That's...
Yeah. And there's another thing that bugs me, which is this is a pretty boy show, but the character designs are badly adapted for the anime, so they just look bad.
Yeah.
Very low expectations.
Yep. Yeah. I agree with that. Okay, done with that one. Next one.
Okay.
What's this one called?
Smile. Sorry. YouTube is being awful.
It's time to make horrible sounds. You want to hear how loud I can clear my throat?
No, I don't.
Let's go. What's this one called?
Okay, this one is Smile at the Runway or Smile Down the Runway. And it's about the daughter of a budding fashion house whose dream is to become a model, but she's too short to be a model. And so she's worried about giving up on her dream when she meets a budding fashion designer who's also running into obstacles.
The fashion designer looks like that kid from Hikaru no Go.
Hikaru no Go.
Hikaru no Go.
Why are you ruining our childhood, Mulch?
Listen, I told you had to say all the names because I don't know how to say them.
Anyway, yeah, he does look exactly like Akira Toya to a degree that made me laugh.
Yeah.
This inexplicably is not based off of a shoujo comic. It's based off of a shonen manga. Yeah, it looks like it could be good, could be bad.
Yeah.
The production isn't all that good, but
yeah.
It seems like one that might be fun to blog, and we'll argue about the fashion choices because we already had some disagreements.
We did already have some disagreements. I think they're fun and cool.
I think some of the outfits are nice, and some of them are hideous.
I think you're wrong. I think they're fun and cool. Okay, those shoes weren't great, but everything else.
The shoes were objectively ugly, and I know that that aesthetics are inherently subjective. But those shoes were objectively ugly.
That's fair. I'll accept that one.
Okay, so I'm just going to say low to moderate expectations.
Moderate.
All right, next one.
Done with that one. Next one.
I think the original
no,
manga title is like...
we're recording.
My brother slipped inside me in the bathtub.
Oh!
So we're not watching this because we're not obligated to watch porn.
I physically refuse to watch this.
Yeah, we're not watching this.
Okay.
Not our kink buddies.
Okay, what was the name again?
Overflow.
Okay.
Based off of My Brother Slipped Inside Me in the Bathtub.
Oh!
That's a no from us, folks. Expectations are porn, not our kink.
Porn, yeah.
Too gay for this bullshit.
I don't wanna. So let's just move on. Okay, next one. Let's go. What's this one called?
Oh god, it's titled Boku no Tonari ni Ankoku Hakai Shin ga Imasu. And I hope to God that there's going to be a catchy abbreviation for this one. So basically, this is about a normal high school dude who ends up in a classroom full of Chinibyo dudes who make his life a lot more entertaining, but also difficult.
And Chiyo, what does Chinibyo mean?
Chinibyo, Chinibyo means that Mulch needs to watch more goddamn anime. Basically, it means 8th grade syndrome, and it's a very Japanese thing where sometimes 13 or 14-year-old boys will become convinced that they're the reincarnation of a legendary warrior who's got something living inside of their eyeball, or that they're destined to be summoned to another world to go save them, or that they're some type of chosen one type character. This is apparently fairly common in Japanese among very nerdy, weird teenagers, but not common anywhere else in the world.
Listen, as someone who did work in an after-school program for a while, it is not uncommon.
I mean, among 13 and 14-year-olds.
Okay, that's fair. But like among the kids that I took care of that watched anime.
Oh yeah, among tiny children, it's super common.
Listen, Nasir would like run around Naruto Run and like came up with all of these ways that he was going to be the next Hokage. Same with Javian, and there were like 5 kids that like came up with the elaborate backstories about how they were going to go to anime worlds. And I mean it's totally common among kids, but in Japan it's apparently a certain coming of age thing among geeky teenage boys. Yeah. So lately there's actually been a trend of Chinibyo comedies, and or like it's now come to a point where in a high school comedy there'll always be a Chinibyo character, and it's honestly, it no longer feels like it bears any resemblance to reality. Like it's become so filtered through anime world. Last year, or 2019, I should say, had a Chinibyo Pretty Boy Harem show, which was really slick and not particularly entertaining, and a waste of some surprisingly good animation. Yeah. But this one, the trailer made us both laugh. Like, the trailer was really funny. Weirdly excited for this, actually.
The trailer was very funny.
Yeah. It was cute. It was funny. It was.
I read a few chapters of the manga. It was like moderately entertaining, but I think this is one that'll be enhanced
by the anime. Yeah, anime adaptation.
By the voices and the music. Yeah, and the general animation. So
my hopes for this one are high.
Yeah, my hopes are high.
Okay, that's it. Next one. Okay, let's go. This one is, what's this one?
This one's Koisuru Asteroid. This is about a girl who made...
It's gay.
Along with her childhood friend, used to go stargazing together, and she learns that her name is Mito Kinohata, and she learns that there's an asteroid, a star with the same name as her, but none named after her friend Al. So she's like, together we're going to explore the sky and we are going to find a star and name it after you. And she joins, in high school, she joins the astronomy club to fulfill that promise. Unfortunately, the astronomy club is going to be merged with the Geological Research Society. Look, if you've seen a cute girl in clubs show, you know the drill. But the fun thing about this one is it looks hella fucking gay. Like her childhood friend who she assumed was a boy turns out to be a cute girl.
Yeah. And the PNV was kind of boring, but I'm willing to give anything a chance if it could be gay.
It looks like a generic cute girl show, but I don't know. They could have some cute chemistry together.
I'm willing to give anything a chance if it could be gay.
So this is basically us just watching gonna be just us watching Mulch's hopes be slowly crushed.
Hey, don't tell me that. It's true, but you shouldn't say it.
Low to moderate expectations.
Hey, I have moderate to high expectations. No, that's not true.
You do you, Mulch.
I hope it's good. I have hopes. I have dreams.
Yeah, I hope it's good, but I I've just been around this. Oh. Okay, while Mulch sobs, we're moving on to the next one. Okay, next up is Eizokin Niwato wa Dasuna.
And we're fucking pumped!
Yeah, it doesn't even, to be honest, it doesn't even fucking matter what the premise is. What matters is that this is directed by Masaaki Yuasa, who directed Ping Pong the Animation, our favorite.
And
anime,
Devilman Crybaby.
And Devilman Crybaby, which is my favorite.
Which is, for Devilman Crybaby, it's definitely the best adaptation. Like, I mean, Devilman. It's
it's the best Devilman.
Yeah.
Masaaki Yuasa is an interesting dude because he's a director who basically what his anime is like depends upon the source material generally. Yeah. But what is consistent is that he is the director currently who cares the most about making interesting looking animation.
Yes.
And about
flair.
And
the animation looks dope. Like it
genuinely looks so cool.
Like
and it has really distinctive like character designs.
The character designs look dope.
It's about 3 girls and they're not like super fetishized or
yeah, they're genuinely interesting character designs, which is rare for girls in animation.
Yeah, especially high school girls.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. And this one, it's about making an anime.
Yeah, it's about making an anime.
By the guy who's best at making anime.
Yeah, and there's so many cool, like, tech designs. Like it's clearly what they're trying to make is based around inventions and stuff, and they look really cool.
Yeah.
And, like...
honestly, like, if I were to predict what will be the best anime of the season, it's this one.
Yeah. I mean, I for sure, honestly, like, even the soundtrack was dope. Like,
oh yeah, the soundtrack was great. The voice acting was really distinctive.
I loved the voice acting in the PMV.
Yeah, this is gonna be amazing.
I am so excited.
Like, I'm going to regret saying this probably, but there's no way in hell this isn't going to be good. I'm confident enough to say that.
I like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. That's...
Yeah.
I'm excited. Okay. That's that one. Next one. Okay, next one is...
Kute Dragons or Drifting Dragons, which is about a team of drakers. Or...
it's basically whaling, but with dragons.
Yeah. It's about people, an airship full of people who hunt dragons with like harpoons and sell them.
Yeah. The dragon designs are really cool. Like, it's not really dragons; it's more like monsters, like
It's CG, you know? But it looks. I really like the filters put over everything.
Yeah. And
the design sense is really strong.
I definitely like the movement of the dragons more than the people. It's kind of... Yeah.
I mean, as far as people go in CG anime, it's not terrible, but...
Yeah, but it's CG anime, so...
Yeah. Which is a shame, because the manga looks amazing.
Yeah, and I'm definitely more for fucking monsters than eating them, but it does look cool.
I admit, this is my kind of perverse, where... Like, the idea of being in a fantasy world, seeing this fantastic creature and going, okay, but does it taste good with soy sauce? Is it delicious? Can I eat that?
God.
That strikes me as being super human. Like, very, very human.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The one thing that makes me uneasy about this is, for decades, Japan has been famous for flouting laws as far as, like, hunting whales goes. Like, they're famous. Technically, they've been hunting whales not commercially, but for scientific programs. But the numbers are stupid. Like, they've had this program for like 14 years, and they've had like 4 studies that require killing whales. But they've been. And whale meat's been showing up in like high-end restaurants.
Yeah, that's not on the up and up.
And so it's kind of like. Even though that law was recently repealed and technically commercial whaling has been reinstated in Japan, it's like, it's a little like, it doesn't strike me as being morally up and up to create a show that is basically about whaling for a country that is known for whaling like an endangered species of whale illegally for like a while.
Yeah.
But I'm still like pretty excited.
Yeah, it still looks really cool.
Yeah. It might be one where if the production dips below a certain rate, I might just go read the manga instead. Because the manga has incredible looking artwork.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I will say this though, based off what little I've read of the manga, the characters are probably going to piss you off.
There's a lot of characters that piss me off. In what way?
It's got one guy who I think you're going to want to punch, and he's the main character.
Oh, well, that's
he's got that, like, kind of cocky, very testosterone-y thing.
Yeah.
So I'd say I have, like, moderate to high expectations for this.
And I've brought it down to moderate.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's done.
But I do like that it's a gritty workplace thing.
Yeah, it looks cool to me. That one's done. Next one.
Okay, next up is Majutsushi Orphan Hagure Tabi, or Sorcerer's Stabber Orphan.
Fun. Fun name.
Here's the thing. You know how we said we were going to be watching the first episode of everything?
That's definitely something you said.
Yes, it's definitely something I said. I'm not gonna watch this one. And here's the thing. It's adapted from the same source material and basically a reboot of a show from the 90s. We watched and compared both trailers, and the one from the 90s looks 10 times better.
It still looks bad, but like the production value is better.
Most of it looks bad, but there are moments that look good. With the modern one, everything in the trailer looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing cool looking, and it's just ugly.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna consume this generic-ass fantasy story, I want to consume the one that has, like, the one that's better.
I mean, the first one still looks super dated, and I don't particularly want to consume either of them, but...
Yeah, neither do I, but, like, hold a gun to my head... I'm taking the one from the 90s, goddammit. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch this.
Yeah. Okay, that's the judgment of that one.
Yep, our judgment is unworthy of viewing.
God, okay. Okay, that's it. Next one. Okay, what's the next one called?
Itai no wa iya nano de byogyo roku ni kyoku furi shitai to omaimasu.
That wasn't comprehensible, but that's fine.
Or in English, I hate getting hurt, so I put all my skill points into defense.
That's a long-ass name.
Yeah, it's a light novel name. Basically, I think it's a joke in Japan where they give light novels intentionally long, stupid names, and then they give it a short, tiny, catchy abbreviation.
So like Homestuck Rules.
I think they do it purely to fuck with foreigners.
Yeah.
I mean, it works. Like,
yeah.
Like, I get so fucking mad reading these titles. They're awful. I hate them.
Yeah.
So this is about a chick who joins a VR MMO game called New World Online, or as I've been calling it mentally, New World Order. Because that's what I think when I see the words NWO. But anyway, beyond that, she hates getting hurt, so she puts all of her skill points into defense. And
that's also how I play the game of life.
Yeah, and because she maxes out her defense point, she gets this special fuck you skill that basically makes her super overpowered and means that if something attacks her, it turns the attack against them, and she's basically unbeatable and super OP. To me, it looks like basically one of those comedies where it's all like, haha, we're joking about characters being overpowered, but we're also indulging in this power fantasy ourselves, and we're just super wanky and gonna disappear all the way the fuck up our own asses.
Yeah, I'm not super into video game anime myself, but I liked the PMV more. PMV, is that? PV?
No, PV, preview.
I liked the preview more than I was expecting to. Like, I thought the monsters...
have a bunch of... Yeah, the monsters were super cute.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you took away all of the generic-ass people...
Yeah.
Like, all of the characters look awful.
Yeah.
And they seem, like, really boring. But if you took them all out, then you'd have some very pretty backgrounds and some cute animals.
Yeah. It looked like it could be better than most a lot of video game anime, but I don't like video game anime, so
yeah. I guess, like, I have a different perspective. Like, I am so fucking... Like, I think my least favorite thing ever are these power fantasies that are all like, haha, we're a parody, but actually we're not, because we're doing the same things that everything else is doing.
I see.
But we're tongue-in-cheek about it, so, like, you can't hold us responsible for being generic-ass bullshit.
Wow, you are more bitter this morning than you were yesterday.
I don't know. It's just that this particular type of show, it annoys me so much. Like, at least Sword Art Online is sincere. At least it's like, you don't feel like this guy. It was created by a teenage boy indulging in teenage boy fantasies wholeheartedly and without bullshitting.
Yeah.
And this is bullshitting. This is bullshitting so hard.
I'm going to be real. Teenage boys indulging in fantasies is still more annoying to me than, like, this kind of thing.
I don't know, because, like,
but I have
teenage boys grow up.
I have less tolerance for teenage boys than you do.
I do.
Yeah, we'll watch the first episode and see.
Yeah, I have low expectations.
I have also low expectations, but more tolerance than Chiyo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next one. What's this one called?
ID Invaded, and this one does kind of stand out because it's only the third original anime we've seen so far. The other one being the Masaaki Yuasa one that we're both really looking forward to in Natsunagu. The premise of this one is Sakaido is a genius detective who can track down any criminal, but when his daughter is murdered, revenge lands him on the other side of the law. Now in prison, he helps the police solve mysteries using a system that invades a person's identity. I assume their identity is their brain, their mind, whatever.
Yeah.
Little by little, a trail of blood forms, and it all leads back to his daughter's murderer.
Okay, so...
Well, I find the concept of genius detectives, like, annoying.
Yeah, I like the concept of, I tend to like stories of criminal helps with murder mystery stuff.
Yeah, I like murder mysteries in general.
But this looks disappointingly bad.
Yeah, like, this PV just murdered our enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
Yeah, it looks like, really bad.
Everything in it looks terrible. It has the most boring-looking generic dreamscapes, like Inception, but without Inception's specificity or, like,
the
production.
Characters look bad.
The characters look awful. This main character does this thing that annoys me so much, where he takes his hand and he puts it over, like, one of his eyes and does this cool dude slouch.
God.
It's like, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it looks bad.
It looks awful. And so, but one thing that did stand out to me is that the script is written by a light novelist called Otaro Maijo. The thing is, I've actually read some of his stuff. By some of his stuff, I mean, like, I tried to read the sample of Asura Girl, because he has a reputation for being really weird and freaky. His prose writing is so bad as to have rendered the sample of the light novel unreadable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was not unreadable in the sense I was incoherent. Just, I could not finish it because the prose writing was awful.
Yeah.
That matters less in, like, anime or manga.
Uh-huh.
But
I mean, like if the PMV is I keep on saying PMV. The preview is misleading. Like if it is really weird because it's based off something really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't look weird. It looks generic.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
But I don't have hopes for this.
I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt and say low to moderate expectations.
I mean, that's what you've said about like everything, but.
No, I've said low expectations for some, or moderate to high, or moderate.
Okay,
or high.
Okay. This is just our base is low to moderate for most of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. Same.
I mean, this has given me no evidence that it will be good, but I kind of want it to be good.
Yeah.
So
because I mean, there's not many murder mystery stuff.
Season. And more. There's very little original anime, and that's starting to get to me.
Yeah. Like
the fact that almost everything is adapted from some sort of source material makes me want the original anime to succeed.
Yeah. Okay, that's that one. Next one. Okay, this is the next one. And you know
which is
more
real degenerate otaku trash.
Yeah, you're more into this one than me, so I think I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay, this is Ishizoku Reviewers. Now I've read about 31 chapters of this manga.
Yeah, of course you have.
Excuse you.
yeah. So the one who had prison school in our living room on display. Yeah, go on.
Something I am very proud of. Why wouldn't I put the best manga ever on display?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Okay, so Ishizoku Reviewers is set in an RPG-style fantasy world where, and it stars these bros who chill together and
review brothels.
Yes, and other forms of sex-based entertainment. It's about fucking monster girls. It's a monster girl fucker show.
Which I generally approve of, but...
Yeah, and I'd say that while it does fall prey to the sort of problematic elements that you might expect from a show like this, like, it does that thing that annoys me in fantasy, where it kind of, like, assumes that all members of a fantasy race will share personality and
I fucked a human once. And they stuck a whip up my ass, and every single human does that. If you ever have sex with a human
style fucking God. Like, it's just, to me, like, the idea that like chimeras exist is fantastic. The idea is that all chimeras would enjoy the same kind of sex is even more fantastic to me.
Like, yeah.
Like, that's just patently absurd. And of course it has, like, a few sexist elements, like, it assumes that younger women are inherently more attractive than older women, you know, stuff like that. But to be honest, like, going into something like this, that is what I would expect.
Yeah. And it can still be interesting and fun. Still more your thing than mine.
Yeah. I liked the world building. I thought that for an RPG-style fantasy, most RPG-style fantasy has really shitty, lazy world building. Because it's built off of a template. This one, the writer put a lot of thought into...
So any
art and into making it plausible and interesting.
Any RPG anime creator should feel ashamed if your world building is worse than this.
I wouldn't. Well, I think most creators of RPG-style fantasy should be ashamed in general, but I think that this is genuinely good fantasy world building, if very single-minded.
If your world building is bad, you should feel ashamed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is fair.
Especially if it's worse.
And I will say that there is stuff in here that I'm genuinely mad I will never be able to experience. Like
go into more detail.
I'm so mad that I will never be able to roast food off of a fire demon lady.
And yeah, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm fucking furious that is something I'll never be able to experience, Mulch. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's also really interesting to me that this is being adapted into an anime. Because to me, it's not an obvious choice. I mean, beyond the basic subject matter, which is fucking monster girls, it's very like heavy on charts and writing in general, because it's focused on like reviewers and breaking down things. And while there's like the beginnings of a plot start to develop in like the 31st chapter, it's not very plot driven, and it goes by very, very quickly. It doesn't really feel like a manga. It feels a lot more like a webcomic.
Oh yeah, which I like. Yeah, I really like webcomics.
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, but it's not the most obvious choice to make into an anime. I will say that this is strictly R-rated. You don't actually see like sex in this.
Yeah.
Most of it takes place off screen, and it actually is surprisingly anime-esque in one element, where there's one, the cutest girl in the series is the one who serves them beer at the bar and who they're never gonna get to have sex with.
Yeah.
And who, like, clearly is nursing a soft spot, even though they revolt her.
Yeah.
Like, she cares about them despite herself.
Yeah.
And she's so cute. Oh my god, Mulch.
Yeah.
She's so hot. Anyway, I've got high expectations. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I'll watch it with you. Okay. Yeah, that's whatever the name is.
That is Interspecies Reviewers.
Okay. Next one. Okay, next one. What's this one called?
It's called Infinite Dendrogram, and it's the Sword Art Online of the season.
Yeah.
Like, all modern isekai builds off of Sword Art Online. This one is literally Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Like, in the trailers, they show him putting on the fucking VR helmet, the same as Sword Art Online begins.
The character designs look the same.
Yeah, except this guy is blonde, so it's totally different Mulch.
I like the bear.
It's not the same at all. Oh yeah, and it had a bear with a machine gun.
Yeah,
that's
I
cool,
liked
I
that.
guess.
I liked that.
Everything else looks like shit.
Yeah.
So I have low, bordering on non-existent expectations for this.
Yeah, I don't like Sword Art Online, so
yeah.
If you like Sword Art Online, maybe you'll like this.
I mean, clearly that's the mentality, because it's super high up on this list.
Yeah.
People are really interested in this one.
Yep. It'll
probably make a ton of money.
Okay, next one, and this one is called
Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun.
Or Toilet Bound
Hanako-kun. That's not actually what that title translates in. I just assumed that the English title called it that because, like, I don't know, in America, Hanako-kun isn't an urban legend, and they feel a desperate need to tell you that it involves the toilets.
Yeah.
It actually means, like, Hellboy Hanako-kun or some shit.
This looks cool.
Yeah. The synopsis is, Hanako-san, are you there? At Kamome Academy, rumors abound about the school's 7 mysteries, one of which is Hanako-san, said to occupy the third stall of the third-floor girls' bathroom in the old school building. Hanako-san grants any wish when summoned. Nene Yoshiro, an occult-loving high school girl who dreams of romance, ventures into this haunted bathroom. The Hanako-san she meets there is nothing like she imagined. Kamamome's Academy's Hanako-san is a boy.
So, disappointingly not gay. But
no, this is a very heterosexual story.
Very sad. But they both look 5, and they both look... It's really nice animation, it looks like.
It's really stylish.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of flair.
Yeah.
It's very thick line art, a lot of cool angles, a lot of really stylish sort of occultic flourishes. The characters are really round and sort of cutesy.
Yeah, which I love.
And importantly to me, it's an episodic supernatural story.
Yes, which is fun.
Which is my jam. It's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
This one is kind of interesting to me because I read the first volume of this. And I read it assuming that it was shoujo. And I kind of just continued to assume that until I saw the shonen tag for it inside of the mal description. And so I looked into the magazine because I was curious. This one ran in a magazine, as most manga do. And the interesting thing about this magazine is that while it's technically marketed at a male audience, almost everything they ran are things that with predominantly female audiences, in my experience. Like, the big one is Kuroshitsuji, or Black Butler, which technically shonen, but I mean, the only guys who I know who read this are gay.
Yeah.
This is like very much a chick show. Yeah. Another thing is Pandora Hearts, Zombie Loan, which is by the same creator as Vampire Nights.
Oh, I remember Vampire Nights.
Yeah. Namari no O, which is a little more obscure. But it's basically like a Fujo bait ninja show with pretty boys. There's Saiyuki, which, again, like a Fujo bait show with pretty boys. Switch, which is a bit grittier, but also like full of pretty boys.
I only
Kimi Toboku, which is known for being like the first attempt at doing like a K-on! With boys. And Horimie, which is like a vastly inferior Gekon Shoujo Nozaki-kun. Also inexplicably shonen, but
yeah.
So it feels like this entire magazine is just like shonen manga that will appeal almost exclusively to girls.
Yeah. I have high expectations for this one.
So do I.
Like it looks dope.
Yeah, it's really stylish. It's fun. It's super, again, I would like to reiterate, but episodic supernatural stories.
Which is
my genre of choice.
I like the character designs.
Designs are really cool. I like that Hanako-kun is wearing like an old-fashioned school uniform from like the early 20th century.
Yeah. I think that's all I want to say about that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Done with that. Next one. Okay, what's this one called?
Do I have to say the title?
Yes, you do.
Okay, it's...
I'm not going to say it.
Rike Gakuen ni Ochita no de Shomai Shitemite.
Okay, so we have differing opinions on this one.
Yeah, we're going to have to disagree. Basically, Yukimura Shinya and Himuro Ayame are two scientists that want to find out if love can be solved by a scientific theory. I'm here to answer, it can't be. It can't be. That's literally the wrong...
The thing with Chiyo is they have faith in scientists not being morons. Every scientist is a moron. Anyone who thinks they're scholarly or smart is a moron.
I feel like anybody who worked in the who is actually legitimately knowledgeable about science.
Okay.
Anybody who was a professional scientist would know that love is something that would be better studied through a sociological or anthropological lens.
So Chiyo feels personally attacked by anything that's about intellectuals being dumb, because that's who they are as a person.
The problem with this is that they're going to be... Okay, I do respect anybody who studies, who devotes their entire life to studying a fucking subject. I mean, anybody who single-mindedly devotes themselves to learning it.
I mean, that's fair, and you can respect them, but you think that they can't be dumb, which they are.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm not saying that just because somebody has a doctorate in a subject doesn't mean that they can't be stupid.
It's not just because...
But here's the thing,
it's more statistically likely for people who think they're smart to be dumb.
You gotta hear me out here. It's very common for somebody who specializes in a topic to be dumb about other topics, simply because, you can't devote your life to knowing everything about everything. There's a limit to how much you can know, and every time you learn about something, you're not learning about something else. The thing is, this show is going to have garbage science.
I mean, obviously.
But it's about scientists.
Okay, but it's not really about scientists. It's about moron on moron, which I can find fun. Okay, it looks bad.
The
character designs are awful. The animation isn't great.
Yeah. And it starts with this, like, view of a bunch of planets, which, again, like, would somebody who is specializing in, like, astronomy or...
It's not about any of that. It's moron on moron.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how... I hate this kind of character. Like, I hate this sort of, like, deadpan genius type character.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Whose actual actions reveal them to be incredibly idiotic about everything.
Yeah.
This is just gonna annoy me.
I still think it's because you feel personally called out by that type of character.
Mulch.
Yeah.
I never professed any knowledge of the hard sciences or mathematics.
I know, but you still...
And I frequently clash with people in, like, STEM.
I know, but you still feel personally called out by
I would be personally attacked if it was about sociologists or people who specialized in history being idiots.
In your soul, you feel personally called out by this type of character.
Yeah.
I can tell by your face that you know I'm right. It looks bad, but I think I might have fun with it. It depends on how it's done.
I do not think I will enjoy this.
Yeah.
So my expectations are low.
My expectations are it's going to be bad, but it could be funny, and I might enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I would like to make another prediction. This will be ridiculously and inexplicably popular, and everybody's gonna fucking love it, except for me.
I don't know if it'll be popular because it does look bad, but okay. You
think a rom-com being terrible is going to prevent it from being insanely popular? This kind of show is always massive.
Yeah. Okay. That's that one. Let's move on to the next. Okay. What's the next one called?
Dorohedoro. Mulch, are you as psyched for this as I am?
I always like lizard heads.
Okay, so Dorohedoro is, it's about a dude with a lizard head and amnesia, and he goes around biting people's heads off.
And he has a human head in his throat.
Yep, he's got a human head in his throat.
Yep.
And, he, lives in this weird, grungy hellhole that has wizards, and he's trying to find the magician who transformed him into a lizard person. Because for some reason he doesn't want to be a lizard person, inexplicably.
I do fundamentally, mentally disagree with that, just on principle. But
no, this is based off of a comic from the Yale days. This is one of those weird, sort of seinen, gritty, grungy, ultra-violent seinen comics that...
I did read a little bit of this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. And the designs look better in the anime. They improved the designs.
Specifically, like, the main female character's design. In the manga, it frequently did this weird thing where her torso would look super long and her legs really short and stubby. And they fixed that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the designs look good. I like the character concept, or, I
really like the colors.
Yeah, I like the colors too.
It kind of, the color scheme kind of reminds me a bit of Tekken Concrete.
Oh, cool. No, I like, it looks interesting. It looks interesting.
And I really like the score. Like, they've chosen a sort of spin on the traditional Japanese music, a proggy take on it. And that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite type of music.
Yeah. I do remember from the books that my main problem with it was the plot was kind of incomprehensible.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, I guess I have the opposite problem, where it's one of those stories where the plot is very thin and, like, kind of simplistic.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward. Guy goes around biting people's heads off. He kills magicians. Magicians fight back.
Yeah.
And the characterization is pretty thin. Like, this is not a story with a lot of great, interesting characters that you grow to love.
Yeah. And I do actually kind of hope they put more into the anime, but...
I have no expectations.
Yeah.
Of that. I'm just hoping that it'll be more entertaining.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this comic is kind of interesting because it's one of those comics that is beloved in among Western comic book readers, but never but it's relatively obscure among weeb circles. Like, today's weebs, they don't give a shit about Dorohedoro. But people who read, like, black and white American comic books are like, yeah, Dorohedoro. It kind of falls into that same category, along with Koike Kazuo. Did I get his name right? Kazuo Koike, yeah, the author of Lone Wolf and Cub and Lady Snowblood, etc. It's one of those comics that's like huge among American comic book readers, just not like among American manga fans.
Yeah.
And I'd say it shares a very similar fan base with Blame or various other niche Tsutomu type of comics. Where it's like the main focus is on the aesthetic and the fact that it's all of these grimy, ultra detailed, kind of sketchy artwork. It's honestly, the story is way better than any niche Tsutomu comic I've ever read. Like, Blame is fucking boring as hell because it's just a guy going around a labyrinth shooting people. This is less mindless than that and has like more of an overt sense of humor about things. That's one of my favorite things about the PVs we just saw. That's hella goofy.
Yeah.
And it's sort of embracing about, this is a show about a guy with a giant lizard head going around biting people's heads off. It's hella violent and it's gonna be fun as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is probably the show I'm maybe second most excited about.
Yeah. That's.
Oh, and I'd like to note, CG looks fucking dope.
Yeah.
Some of the best CG I've seen so far.
Yeah, I think that's that one. Next one.
Pet. Now, this one was actually supposed to air last season, but the production got delayed. So the premise is fucking awful, just like the synopsis. There are people who can get into people's minds and control their memories. This power is used to eradicate mysteries and cases, or worse, to assassinate. The potential of said power is strong enough that it is able to destroy people's minds. However, it can backfire and eat up one's own heart. To counter it, chains are used to lock and protect each other's weak and dangerous hearts from one's growing fear and disdain. They're consequently called as a pet.
Yeah, the description is bad.
The synopsis is awful.
But the
PVs were dope.
The PVs were dope.
It had a bunch of really cool and creative looking nightmare imagery. This is what ID Invaded would look like if it had any guts or creativity. It like had goldfish floating out of people's glasses. Eyes coming out, bulging out of the walls.
And just the animation looked good in general. Like,
well, I mean, the character movement wasn't great.
Yeah, but like, the animation on like the fish and the like nightmare imagery was really smooth.
True.
And
I remember it had like, it showed a pair of giant lips where a woman's vagina should be.
Jesus Christ.
That was pretty cool.
It looks very like psychological horror-y, but like decent psychological horror-y.
Yeah. It has creativity. A lot of nightmare imagery tends to look kind of samey. Just people drawing from the same tropes. This one actually put some thought into it.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one, actually. I mean,
I'm conflicted because I don't know how something with that synopsis can be good.
I feel like maybe the synopsis was just written dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chains around hearts, though.
I think even if the plot is bad, it'll be worth watching just for the imagery.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I have at least moderate expectations for this.
Yeah.
The PV was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that one. Moving on. Okay, next one is called
Nekopara. This one doesn't have a synopsis, but it did have an OVA.
Yeah. So it's about cat maid cafe.
Yeah, it's about cat girls who work in a maid cafe. Apparently, this is based off of a game or visual novel.
Yeah.
And I think it either had like sex scenes or like sex scenes that you could put in. This was crowdfunded, which I guess is why it's so high ranked. I don't know.
It's cat girls in a maid cafe. That's
and like the girls aren't my type. I don't want to fuck any of these bitches. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about cat girls in a maid cafe.
It looks really boring. My expectations are low.
If you like watching cat girls in a maid cafe, this is for you.
Yeah, if you want to fuck any of these girls, you should watch this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, or in America, there's probably nothing for you.
Okay,
Inspector. It's about a 17-year-old girl who's kidnapped by yokai at age 11. And in exchange for her right eye and her left leg was made their god of wisdom and acts as a sort of mediator between the human and spirit world, which means that she fights evil spirits a lot. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
It's a semi-episodic supernatural story. Which, much like Hanako-kun earlier, I assumed was shoujo until I looked at the tags.
Yeah.
In this season, there's like a lot of shows that I initially assumed were shoujo, and I was like, wow, they're finally making the type of shoujo shows I like. Only for me to look into them more closely and realize that they're actually technically shonen. I've read 2 volumes of the manga, and I've really enjoyed what I've read.
Yeah.
The main girl has a really distinctive, fun personality. And this world is really, it's a serious, kind of dark narrative, but it's got a lot of quirk and a good sense of humor about things. And it goes to effort to make the world very distinctive and odd.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. The projection value is not great.
But. Yeah, my main concern is that it's... From the PVs we saw, there was nothing that looked particularly spectacular. I mean, the character designs were well adapted, I guess, but there's no real movement or flair. And I looked at the studio making it, and it's brain base. I mentioned how studios don't really matter that much earlier. This might be a bit of an exception, because Brain Base is known for having their production fall the fuck apart.
Yeah.
And all of the clips they showed us are from relatively early on in the story.
Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
Basically, the thing with Brain Base is that it used to be a really prestigious, well-respected studio. I think they did Bakuno and Dirarara. And they did a fair number of classic shows that had beautiful production. And then there was, I think, like a clash within the studio itself. Like, some of the animators and staff wanted to do sequels to their other popular, well-received shows that still had, like, a ton of material left that could be adapted, and other people didn't or something. And so they split off into Studio Shuka that we talked about earlier this season with jeweler Richard. That's Studio Shuka. And so now, instead of there being like one good animation studio, there are 2 ones that are kind of shit.
Yeah.
So this may be a case where it's better to go off and read the manga, but I want this to be good.
Yeah, and I feel like a good story can carry through. A good story makes up for a ton of poor production value. I prefer to watch something that has a good story than something that looks nice and has a shit story. Yeah.
But this is a case where there is a manga that exists that has really beautiful looking art.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I'd say like I'm gonna give this the benefit of the doubt and say my expectations are high.
Yeah. Okay. This one's called Darwin's Game. I can actually say this one.
Yeah. I've actually read a couple chapters of the manga.
Oh, wait, I forgot to say next one. Darwin's Game.
Yeah. I've actually read a couple chapters of this manga. It's your basic, fairly straightforward death game series. Where the protagonist, Pseudo Kaname, is invited to try this mobile game, and he joins without knowing what it is. And it basically arranges death matches between two individuals that you cannot opt out of. Where it activates the GPS on your phone, and you navigate the city trying to find and kill each other.
I like the little old man snake icon.
And if you successfully murder your opponent, you get a massive cash payout. I guess what I'd say about the manga is that it was entertaining, but not particularly engaging.
Yeah, I mean,
where every single element in the story is something I'd seen done elsewhere. But the manga had really slick art, and it there was nothing really obviously wrong with it, I guess I'd say. Where it didn't have anything that was distractingly bad or obnoxious or awful. But I ended up dropping it anyway, simply because it wasn't interesting.
Yeah, I mean, deathmatch, stories don't tend to hold my interest at all, just because there's not much to them.
I mean, Future Diary is pretty interesting, but Future Diary is also weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And also has really strange characters, I guess. I think they can be very good, but this one is kind of bland.
Yeah.
And I can say, just from looking at the poster art, I could already tell that the designs were poorly adapted.
Yeah.
The manga, the main thing it had going for it was that it was very slick and stylish looking. It had very strong visual aesthetic.
Yeah.
This does not have that. It kind of looks like shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with the color palette, which is really, weird.
Yeah.
Well, not weird per se. It just looks boring. They just picked out a bunch of... The colors look kind of random, honestly.
Yeah.
Why is the main girl wearing a red dress?
For kicks. Yeah. I know we're supposed to watch the first episodes of these. I might skip this one.
I'll watch it. I didn't dislike the manga. To be honest, though, unless this throws me a curveball or something, I don't see myself making it past 2 or 3 episodes of this.
Yeah.
It's just not... What I read of the manga was not interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Next one. Okay, the next one's...
It's gonna be our new favorite anime.
Oh,
it's Magia Record, Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica Gaiden.
Yeah, it's Madoka. It's the Madoka Magica sequel thing.
Yeah, this is the point where you guys who have made it this far through the podcast are gonna drop it in disgust when you learn that we both despise Madoka Magica.
I mean, I wouldn't say my feelings for it are as strong as despise.
My feelings are that strong. I feel an intense burning hatred for Madoka Magica.
I don't have many feelings about Madoka Magica.
I actively dislike the writing.
The writing's shit.
And I kind of hated most of the characters. Madoka is probably one of my least favorite characters of the 2010s.
The voice acting's bad. I don't like the character design.
I didn't remember having any opinion on the voice acting. I actually really like the character designs.
It's obnoxious. The music's great.
Oh, the music is bomb. And
I like the
visuals. I thought the visuals inside of the original Madoka Magica were unimpeachable, just aesthetically. I really like the character designs.
You didn't have bad opinions. That's fine.
Okay, so this is... So after Madoka Magica was a huge success, they were like, all right, let's milk this bitch, and made 600 manga spin-offs of it, and This is actually based off of a Madoka Magica mobile game.
Huh.
I guess I should read the premise or something. The new heroine of Magia Record is Iroha, a magical girl on the hunt for her missing sister Yui in Kamihama. Also in Kamihama is Madoka, who is searching for the similarly missing Homura. We watched the PV.
I kind of liked the PV.
I did not.
The voice acting and the character designs were less obnoxious to me than Madoka Magica.
I thought the character designs were less memorable than in Madoka Magica. Like, Madoka Magica had really distinctive, kind of blobby cute girl designs. Whereas this one just looks like generic-ass cute girl designs.
Yeah, but I like generic. I just really disliked the, like, I guess I disliked how they were drawn. Like, the eyes were...
I mean...
Like...
Did you dislike it because of the infantilization thing?
I also disliked it because of the... that thing.
Because they look like babies instead of teenagers.
Yeah. I always dislike that with magical girl stuff, but I genuinely disliked the character designs.
I thought I liked the sort of sketch, how wispy the line work was and how kind of like sketchy it was.
Yeah, I just hated the shapes of them.
I mean, I didn't like... I'd say that I like the costumes in this one more. Like, I thought the costumes in Madoka Magica were pretty ugly.
I'd also say this one looked like it has more of a story. Like... Yeah.
Or at least... If the story moves, my big problem with Madoka Magica is that the pacing was stupid.
Yeah, and you also have...
It was very repetitive. It had characters, like, having the same types of interactions over and over and over.
And this is probably not going to be good by my standards, but I like that it seems like the whole, like, bad stuff of being a magical girl is already on the table. Which what I didn't like about Madoka Magica is it's like innocence corrupted or something. It's like that. It's shock value. And
it's like
And I'm more interested in a story that's already.
I mean, it got a lot of fucking mileage out of that shock factor. Like mommy getting eaten. It's a bad scene, but it's an iconic scene.
Yeah. But
listeners, I want to explain why that scene sucks. Guys, she just stood there and let herself get eaten. Like, there was no indication that she was out of ammo. And she had fast reflexes. We saw her moving really quickly in the fight scene up until that point. And then suddenly, for no fucking reason, she stands there, feet flat, planted firmly on the ground, her arms on the side, by her sides, looking up. She's not distracted or anything. She's staring directly at it as it slowly comes down and bites her head off. She had plenty of time to move. There was no indication that she was suicidal. Actually, during that scene, she was extremely happy.
Yeah. No, it's just shock value. I mean, you know.
It was something that needed to happen for the sake of the story and for the theme.
But they could have done it better.
There was no in-text reason for her to get eaten.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother putting in any attempt to make that scene work. Like, initially when I saw that scene, a couple of years before watching Madoka Magica, and I actually wrote in, like, reasons why she got eaten mentally, because I don't think I, like, fully understood the scene. So I was like, oh, she must have been distracted. Like, one of Madoka or someone must have been in danger or something, and she must have, like, turned her head. And then when she looked back, the monster was coming to eat her. No. She was looking directly at the monster. And up until then, she's, like, bouncing off of objects, like, catapulting herself off of things. She's constantly in the air. She has her weapon on her. But then suddenly she's just like, you know what? why not? Why not just stand here,
listen,
planted firmly on the ground,
sometimes what
arms
I want,
at my side,
sometimes
and just
what I want in
staring
a day,
directly at this monster as it slowly opens its mouth and slowly,
you know, sometimes
ever so slowly inches its way towards me.
Sometimes that's also what I want from a day, like,
God, Madoka Magica.
Keep it
so
sexy,
bad.
keep it classy, get eaten by a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, this looked like a lot of the same to me. Like, they had the same, what was my wish? Do you truly want to know what your wish was?
Yeah,
like,
I
believe that magical girls can be saved.
Yeah. Just from the PMV, I'd be more interested in it.
PV mulch.
Fuck. The PV preview, whatever. I'd be more interested in this if it wasn't associated with Madoka Magica.
Yeah, if this were like a Madoka wannabe, I think I might be interested.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about this. Next one.
I will note that the PV had this hideous CG train in it. Like, it looked
I liked the lighting. I liked the lighting of it.
I liked the lighting, but it was like, whoa, that's a fucking CG train.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't think this will look as good as the original.
I mean, I think it will look. I think the parts that aren't good will look less obnoxious to me personally. But
yeah, well, it's just like one of the few things that the original Madoka had going for it was that it looked amazing.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Next one.
I guess we're watching this.
Next one. We're moving on. We're done. Okay, this is the last one.
Yep.
And I wish we weren't.
Oh yeah, I'd like to note that we're not talking about the second and third seasons or whatnot.
Yeah. I'm sad to end on a sour note.
The one highest towards the top is Plunderer. Now this one, it doesn't look like people actually like this one. Like, the rating on Mal right now is 6.78. Which, considering that this is an action show, is really, really low by my anime list.
Yeah.
Like, people tend to rate shows they like positive. The reason why this is so far up towards the top is because it aired really early at a festival, and so more people have literally seen this one.
Yeah.
So the synopsis is, in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by the so-called quotation marks numbers, each human will have their identity branded with their own quotation marks count.
I'm reading the synopsises next time. Sorry, go ahead.
Which could define any number related to their life. May it be one's walk distance or amount of compliments given to them by others. This count could lead them to the abyss when it has dropped to 0. And the year 305 of the Alshan calendar, Hina has inherited a mission from her mother, whose count has depreciated to 0, to search for the legendary Red Baron. I'm presuming he's not the German World War I flying ace, but that would be a very interesting twist.
God.
In her adventure, she meets a half-masked swordman named Licht, who tries to hide his identity as he is known as a degenerate for having an incredibly low count.
I also want to be a degenerate who's frequently licked. No, I'm...
So the poster art for this and the PV looked so fucking generic. Like, this has the most generic-ass light novel illustration type visual aesthetic I've ever seen. Also, the mysterious masked swordsman, he has a red cape. I wonder, is he the Red Baron, Mulch? Do you think he's the World War I German flying
I'm not going to respond to you when you're using that voice to me.
So this premise is incoherent and nonsensical.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to end this one?
Yeah, let's just say our expectations are very low. Very, very, very low.
Yeah.
I would be genuinely astonished if this turns out to be good.
Okay, yep. And this is where I'd say next one, but
This is the only one higher than this show is Haikyuu season 57.
Huh. That's a lot of seasons.
By season 57, I mean like season 3 or 4. I don't know.
Why is it called season 57?
It's not. It's called Haikyuu to the top.
Oh, I see. Oh, you were being sardonic. Or is that the word?
No, I was being hyperbolic.
Hyperbolic. You sure do not know words.
I was exaggerating.
Chiyo, you know words so good.
Anyway, so I figured at the end here we should talk about which ones we're most anticipating and which ones we predict will be the worst.
Well, we know which one we're most anticipating.
Oh yeah, we're most anticipating the Masaaki Yuasa one. God, I can't pronounce his name worth shit.
Yeah.
Eizouken. The one about the girls who make manga.
Yeah.
Make anime.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. It looks so good.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Uh-huh. I love the character designs. I love the animation.
I'm super psyched for that one. I'm also really looking forward to Dorohedoro.
Yeah.
And Hanako-kun.
Yeah.
And what else? There's some other ones.
I'm still excited for I still really like the designs of the golem raising a child one.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that one. I don't think I'll love that one, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
And I'm also really looking forward to Inspector.
And
Ishizoku reviewers, naturally. I'm hugely excited for that one.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll have fun with that one.
Yeah. And I'm more excited than I would have thought I'd be about the Chini Boys one.
Yeah.
That one looked really funny.
I know. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be excited for that one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try doing text blog, weekly blog posts on Healin Good Precure as it comes out, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I assume that you're really looking forward to the new show by Rock.
I mean, obviously. Okay, I mean, I have some trepidations, but I want to trust Show by Rock.
Yeah.
I also want to catch up with it because I did not realize that they had more seasons.
Granted, you don't need to do this since this one starts like fresh.
That's fair. But we saw one shot of the original main character, so
true, we did.
So I want to watch the other.
Oh yeah, and I totally forgot about this one, but I'm actually really psyched for the Budoukan one. The one about the lesbian who's obsessed with the idol.
Oh, I'm super excited for that one too.
That one looks so fucking gay.
Yeah.
And the main character looks like she's gonna be a hoot.
Yeah, I think that's a good closeout for this. Are there any more?
Oh, I thought we should talk about our predictions for what the worst ones will be as well.
See, that's sad though.
I want to. Yeah, but our viewers our listeners, who probably don't exist because they probably fucked off when we started slagging off Madoka. But our viewers will enjoy making fun of us if we're wrong.
That's fair. I'm excited for the dragon eating one too, kind of. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I slandered it earlier when I said that you'd probably hate the main character. I read more of it, and you probably won't. He's fine. He's not a douchebag. He's just really committed to eating dragons.
I mean, again, that's not my first instinct with dragons, but I can respect that.
It is kind of my first instinct with dragons. I don't know. I want to eat magical creatures, Mulch. I want to cook them and eat them.
And we all have our thing.
Okay, so my predictions for worst are, let's see, Infinite Dendrogram, the Sword Art Online wannabe.
I just know that I won't like it.
Orphan. I suspect that one's going to be worthless.
Well, who named their kid Orphan?
I don't know, somebody who doesn't speak English.
Someone who has real specific plans.
Oh, God.
Like, here's my new kid. I'm gonna name them Orphan because I'm planning to fuck off.
Oh, God. And, I don't know. I think the rugby anime, that one looks like it's gonna be pretty bad.
The cat girl one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that one's probably gonna, at the very least, have decent production.
Yeah. It's just a very, specific audience they're going for.
Yeah. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna find it interesting in any way, shape, and form. And Plunderer. Actually, I think I'm just gonna narrow it down to Infinite Dendrogram and Plunderer.
Yeah.
Those two shows I predict are gonna be completely unwatchable.
Okay.
Like, awful.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's good.
But I'd say overall, I'm pretty excited for this season. Like, there's a lot of stuff I think I'm really gonna like.
Yeah.
Great season for edgelords.
Yeah.
There's like every type of edgy you could possibly ask for.
That's true. It has great diversity.
It's got like edgy shows girls are gonna like. It's got edgy shows for boys. It's got like artsy edgy shows and like lowbrow edgy shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good closeout.
See you next time for like first impressions.
Yeah.
We should probably break the first impressions episodes into little chunks so we don't like.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. This is what's our name again?
Sayonara. This is Mulch. How could you forget our legendary podcast name? Our beautiful, perfect
I'm gonna be real. I didn't forget it. I just didn't want to be the one to say it.
Okay, we are the Thinking Man's Weebs, and we're out of here, motherfuckers.
Bye. Goodbye.